Meet up close and personal the great band leader and educator Diane Ellis. We will discuss the power of determination. Welcome to The Greatness in You. I am Will Horton. Today, our topic is determination. You can become the person you want to be if you are determined to succeed and act on your desires. Joining me today to talk about determination is band director and educator Diane Ellis. Welcome to The Greatness in You, Diane.
Well, hello, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. And this is the second time because we recorded you when you were playing with your band at the Jazz Festival in Hyde Park.
Yes, certainly.
Diane, you've been interested in playing, I guess, music since you were about 4 or 5 years old, am I correct?
That is correct. Ever since I was a little child, my grandmother wanted all of her grandchildren to learn to play the piano. So I started on the piano at the age of 4. And
Tell me, as a female, what are some of the challenges you had to overcome to become a professional musician?
Well, starting back even when I was a little girl, after playing the piano for a while and having recitals, then in elementary school, we were having a new band director to come to the school, and they were going to have quite a few instruments that you can choose from. And of course, the only thing I knew was that I have an uncle, Jimmy Ellis, who plays the saxophone, and he used to play the saxophone all the time for the family when we have special events. And so that's the instrument I knew of, and I said, I want to be in the band. So I decided to choose the alto saxophone. So now that I chose the saxophone, the teacher told us, you have to take this slip home, this permission slip, and get your permission from your parents, and then you're able to play the horn and take it home. And so I took the slip home, and my mother said, oh, no, you can't play the saxophone. That's a man's instrument, and you're playing the piano already, so that's more than enough. So I just cried and cried. I was about 9 years old, and I wanted to really be in the band. So then I went to my dad and told him the whole plight, and that Mom said no. He said, well, what did Mom say? She said no. He said, well, that's the answer. So I was so determined to be in this band and to play the saxophone, I forged my mom's name on the slip.
Shame on you.
Turned it into the teacher and everything, and I had a chance to pick the instrument I wanted, and I picked the alto saxophone, and I never took the horn home. I only practiced in school on the days that we had practice, and but then this is how I got caught. One day we had PTA, open house, and the band was to play a little performance for the parents, and both my mom and dad came to hear for the PTA. But they didn't know I was going to be playing the saxophone with the band. And they saw me play the saxophone, and my mother and my father said, I thought I told you not to play that instrument. And I was like, well, I really wanted to play it. So my dad said, well, okay, she's doing pretty good with it. They heard me play a little solo in classical music, and she said, just a hobby. Let her just do it for a hobby. Let's see how it goes. She said, yeah, but you better keep up with that piano. I said, sure, Mom. So there I said, I'm going to prove to my parents that I could play this instrument. My mom says it's too much of an instrument because it's a man's instrument. And eventually when I went to high school, I stuck with it, and I still stuck with my piano. And I had a saxophone teacher. My band director was also my private saxophone teacher. His name is Alvin E. Lawson.
Now, you wanted to prove us men that we were all wrong?
Well,
because you're a band leader now.
Yeah.
And in your band, you have all women playing instruments.
In my personal professional
Right,
band, yes.
exactly.
But that's not the only band that I professionally showcase. I also have Diane Ellis's Showcase, which showcases the men and the women. So sometimes I use part of the Jazzy Ladies with this group and also guys with the group, because we do, it depends on the job. If the job wants jazz listening for like a banquet and then dancing on the end, then I will hire the guys and girls for the dancing part and everything. But if they just want jazz for the evening, then it's Diane Ellis and the Jazzy Ladies.
Now, I've seen you play several times, and it's always been with the Jazzy Ladies.
Yes, because that's
With my approval, too.
yes, because my main thing is to promote the Jazzy Ladies, because that was the first group that I decided to make my own. And but when I was in high school, I still wanted to prove that the saxophone is more than just a man's instrument, and that I could play it just as well as a man would be able to play the instrument. Anybody can play music. And so I was out to determine to show everyone that this is the way this instrument is played. So I learned it to the ultimate. I learned every aspect of it. I have my master's degree in music performance and bachelor's degree in music education. And I've just sailed with it, and I've been on the road with it, and I've played in guy bands. And before, one of my challenges is to try to be able to play with a group of guys, because I wanted to be a part of the guys. I didn't want to be a guy, but I just wanted to be a part of the guys in the band. So, I guess maybe they figured the band would be kind of weak if you have a female playing a man's instrument, they so-called say, because you have a lot of females playing piano or flute or some sort of that, But to play saxophone or trumpet, a lot of times they don't see females doing those things.
You've definitely given birth to your greatness. You once played with the great Ray Charles. As a matter of fact, you were the opening act.
I was the opening
for
act.
Ray Charles.
Yes, over in Germany. I was asked to come over to Germany twice. The first time I went, I recorded a CD with the Germans entitled Hey Louie. It was in dedication to Louis Jordan. And by the way, I'm singing on that CD. Yes, okay. But also then the second time I had an encore return for their Oktoberfest, and I did not know when I got off the plane that I was going to be the opening act to Ray Charles, and it just took me by surprise, but I was.
What a significant accomplishment. We have to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll hear what our friends on Facebook are saying about determination. But first, I thought you might like to hear what some people on the street are saying about today's hot topic.
The determination is like striving and pushing forward.
I'm determined because of my music. It's my passion. I love to do it.
Education helps. Reading books, being able to gain from people who've lived before and who live now and who can help you on the path.
Do you have a desire to help people live better lives? Become a certified greatness coach and speaker. Call 773-445-2400 for the next one-day greatness course.
Wisdom Keys, Great Proverbs and Sayings by Will Horton is a 4-book collection of timeless proverbs and sayings that provide sage advice and guidance for successful living. They are a fountain of knowledge that will inspire, motivate, and empower you to achieve greatness. Book 1, Ability to Extraordinary. Book 2, Failure to Knowledge. Book 3, Lack to Purpose. Book 4, Quarrel to You. Will Horton's Proverbs and Sayings are rules of conduct for successful living. Buy the 4-book set at Amazon.com. BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books at 773-445-2400. Shipping is free.
Are you living your best life? Have you become the best that you can be? Are you living your dreams and giving rise to the greatness in your life? Call me for one-to-one success and greatness consulting. 773-445-2400.
The 52 Principles for Successful Living, Keys to Success and Victorious Living by Will Horton will elevate your mind, lift your spirit, and take you to the pinnacle of success. They provide the key to success. They will connect you to the power of your higher self. Buy it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books Incorporated at 773-445-2400 for free shipping. Make your child head of the class. head of the class Early Childhood Development Center, 1900 East 87th Street, Chicago, committed to excellence in education. Call 773-721-7500.
Welcome back. We're talking about determination. Before the break, we began talking to Diane Ellis about how she was determined to become a professional musician. The power of determination stimulates the human spirit, guides your thinking and behavior, and directs you towards great successes. Number 1, make up your mind to achieve success. Pursue your aim with unwavering determination. Number 2, be firm in your determination to succeed. Most failures are due to a lack of determination. Number 3, condition your mind to succeed. Strength of mind determines destination. Let's go to Facebook and see what people are saying about determination. Our internet reporter, Diane, is joining me.
Thank you, Will. Doris said, be steadfast in your determination to succeed. William said, determination is a necessary ingredient of success. Olivia said, determination will take you to a high place. Believe and be determined. Back to you, Will.
Thank you, Diane. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to get up close and personal with Diane Ellis. Stay with us.
Discover the personal powers that unlock the genius and greatness in you. Will Horton, author of the Wisdom for Greatness series, has written a breakthrough book, The 30 Power Principles, 30 life-changing principles that will help to give birth to your greatness. The 30 Power Principles can help you awaken and bring forth infinite possibilities for happiness, health, success, and greatness. Buy it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books at 773-445-2400 for free shipping. Will Horton's Power Quotes is a 6-volume collection of power quotes that will get you in the power zone. Volume 1, Power for Dreams. Volume 2, Power for Success. Volume 3, Power for Hopes. Volume 4, Power for Winning. Volume 5, Power for Greatness. Volume 6, Power for Life. Future success awaits those who make the best use of the present, says Horton. Will Horton's Power Quotes, the 6-volume set, is available at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books at 773-445-2400 for free shipping. Wisdom Keys for Greatness, Rules of Success for Teens, book and workbook by Will Horton, will get you ready for success. Rules of Success for Teens prepares you for future success and greatness. The rule of conduct for tomorrow's success is to prepare for it today. Be ready to board the success train when it stops at your station in life. Buy them at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books at 773-445-2400 for free shipping. Martin Luther King Jr. is a Hero, an inspirational book for children from early childhood through middle and late childhood. Martin Luther King Jr. is a Hero will help parents and children better plan their life's journey, aim, and destination. The book will help young children give birth to their dreams. Buy it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books at 773-445-2400. As always, shipping is free.
Do you have a desire to help people live better lives? Become a certified greatness coach and speaker. Call 773-445-2400 for the next one-day greatness course. Welcome back. I have the great band leader and educator Diane Ellis with me. Diane, who influenced you as a musician?
Okay, as far as classical music is concerned, It's, of course, my band director, Alvin E. Lawson, who gave me lessons, private lessons on saxophone. John Garnett Hauser Jr., who gave me lessons on classical piano playing, as well as my Northwestern University professor, Fred Hemke, who just retired this year. And he gave me private saxophone classical lessons. And then after college in jazz, my influences are Sonny Stitt, who also was one of my mentors, and my uncle Jimmy Ellis, as far as playing the saxophone. Hank Crawford, I got my influence from Gene Ammons, a little bit of Charlie Parker, and a host of many others like Cannonball Adderley. But the ones that I basically took private lessons from were people like Sonny Stitt, and even David Fathead Newman gave me a few pointers of things. And then some of the, well, basically those are the people who influenced me greatly in jazz.
You also have a very strong DNA. You have musicians in your family.
Yes.
And is your uncle that once owned a bookstore in Chicago?
Well, actually, it was my father who
Your
also.
father?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the first black person to open up an Afro-American literature bookstore, specializing in African-American literature during
Right.
during the Civil Rights Movement.
Ellis Bookstore.
Ellis Bookstores,
Yes.
is correct. And many people may remember it on 6447 South Cottage Grove.
Right.
And he used to do book displays in the schools, and many of the schools, high schools and elementary schools, would get their books for their library and their classrooms from Ellis's bookstores.
Right.
And but yes, I do have. I am blessed to have such royalty in the family of that sort and historical people. That's because they were determined to do what they want to do. So I
Right.
think I got a lot of my determination from the people around me and my family. I even have an Aunt Martha, who is the head of the department at Chicago State University, head of the Child Development Department. She's Dr. Martha Bass. But anyway, yes, I got a lot of DNA from those people. But I can also tell you some of the people that I've worked with that are well
Before
known.
you tell me about the people you work with, let's talk a little bit about this DNA, because there was the Morris Ellis Trio.
Well,
Right.
there's the Jimmy Ellis
The
Trio.
Jimmy Ellis Trio,
And the
okay.
Morris Ellis big band.
Oh, yes.
Jazz
yes.
orchestra.
Yes.
Yes, he had about 20 pieces in the band, and he performed and played weekends after weekends since 1955, I believe, when he started his band. And they played for big organizations downtown, banquets and parties, and I mean, they were working almost every night, even for the Union League. Quite a few different things. And Jimmy Ellis, more or less, he played with the Morris Ellis band at one time, but then he also branched off and had his own trio. And I got a lot of inspiration from that, although as I was growing up, I always wished I had played with either one of their bands, but it was a long time before they even let me think about playing with their band. I guess maybe because I was a girl, or they figured I need more experience, but I thought differently. After I felt that I was professional, still took a long time for I feel them to accept me as a real professional musician. They still saw me as their little niece.
Right.
So when that didn't happen, then I decided, okay, I can't get in either one of their groups or their bands. They won't let me play. I'm going to do my own group.
Okay.
I'm going to make my own thing. So at first, my first group was called Diane Ellis and her All-Stars. And that included Chris Foreman on the organ, Michael Ross on guitar, and Dwayne Harris, now I can't think of his new name, but he was on drums. And I had that trio with me, Diane Ellis and her All-Stars. And then eventually those guys branched off and got their own groups. So that led me to decide, I'm going to make me an all-girls group. It was a decision, it came to my mind after someone kind of buzzed in my ear. I had an agent at that time. He said, why don't you get an all-girls group? I said, that's a good idea, but where can I find all girls to play really, really well? But like I said, the Lord was looking out for me. And by me going out to jam sessions, like Von Freeman jam sessions here and there, I met and meet a lot of people. And I did meet a lot of girls who were really, really interested in their craft like I was. So we would get together and practice and things. And next thing you know, I said, we have to work. So then we got a little promotion going, and that's how it started back in 1989.
We have to take a short break. When we come back, we'll find out what life lessons she's learned. Do you have a desire to help people live better lives? Become a certified greatness coach and speaker. Call 773-445-2400 for the next one-day greatness course.
The Biblical Success Principles, The Laws and Power of God by Will Horton is a theology of success. The Biblical Success Principles book and study guide can be used to bring forth God's will and purpose for your life. Buy them at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books Incorporated at 773-445-2400 for free shipping. The ABCs of Success, A to Z Rules and Action Steps for Success by Will Horton will help give rise to victorious living. They will help you condition your mind for success, keep a positive attitude, get in the success zone, achieve success and victory. Buy it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or call Wisdom Books Incorporated at 773-445-2400 for free shipping.
Are you living your best life? Have you become the best that you can be? Are you living your dreams and giving rise to the greatness in your life? Call me for one-to-one success and greatness consulting. 773-445-2400.
Make your child head of the class. Head of the Class Early Childhood Development Center, 1900 East 87th Street, Chicago. Committed to excellence in education. Call 773-721-7500.
For the best in limousine service, ride with a Butler. Call Butler Limousine, 708-758-5466.
Welcome back. We're talking about determination with the great band leader and music educator, Diane Ellis. What are some life lessons you've learned, Diane?
Well, I realized that all down through the years, I was determined to let everyone know what my goals are and what I was pushed that I wanted to do in life. And so I learned that no matter what someone tells you you can't do, no, you're not capable of doing that, or sorry, this is a man's world or a man's instrument, or you'll be swallowed up when you go to New York. You can't go to New York and play that because you'll be swallowed up, and I just don't want you to get hurt. That's what my dad says. Mm-hmm. And he said, you can't do, you're not strong enough to do this. So I let them know in my mind that I am strong enough to do it because I was determined to prove that I was. And so I took the punches and the blows, and I pushed through and kept going and not look back and not let anyone tell me I couldn't do it. Because every time you say you can't do it, then I say, I'm going to prove that I can do it. So that was one of the life lessons that I learned, is that don't let anybody stop you when you're really determined to do something and you really love what you're doing. And that's why they say really support your children, because just because this one child has a different rhythm or march to a different drummer, that doesn't mean you shouldn't support them. Because look at Steve Harvey. He always wanted to be on TV, but everybody told him, boy, you can't be on TV. What kind of career is that? And look where he is. He's on TV now.
What gave you this belief that you could become the person you wanted to become?
Well, I had a strong mentor, and that was the great Sonny Stitt. I saw how he persevered, and he is next, well, I say he's one of the best, well, right next to Charlie Parker. Mm-hmm. And he's a strong man, I saw, because he traveled all over the world, and he said, and to be the best, it's lonely at the top. He said, but you got to keep going, otherwise you would drop. And so that's what he did. He traveled all over the world, and I saw him every time he came to Chicago, which was about 3 to 4 times a year he came to Chicago. And by me being around him, I saw what a strong person he was, and everything that he pushed for, he got, because he worked hard for it. And that's a strength that I saw, and a few other people that I was inspired by. I saw what strength that they had. And I was determined. Even with my band director, he would play Sonny Stitt music for me all the time when I come into the band room. And I was determined. I'm a competitor. You know, I like competing, and I believe if I wasn't a musician, I probably would be an athlete. You know, go for the Olympics or something of that sort. And that's my mind. You know, whatever I want to succeed at, I'm headstrong for it. My dad, he has a lot of strength, because in his mind, he is very, even though he finished business school at Peters Business College, he didn't go to a 4-year college or anything like that, but he's self-made, very successful businessman, and he started in the post office, but he decided to do his own thing and create his own bookstore, and that's what he did. And he also did taxes and accounting, and he knew all about the business, and he was very strong-minded, and he was successful at what he did. So I watched all of that, and then even in the Black Mood or the Civil Rights Movement, I saw all these strong leaders that came forth, and the strength that they had to push forward, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and even Jesse Jackson, and a lot of these, and Stokely Carmichael, and I can go on. And these were strong leaders that Afro-Americans had then, and that made me know I was like a little militant when I was in school, because that's all I was around. My dad used to take me to the Negro History Roundtable all the time, and we would hear the issues that are happening with black people of today. And that gave me strength, regardless of what my career was, but that gave me the strength in my mind. And to hear all of this, we have to get things done if you want to get it done. So you got to push forward, be strong-minded.
Thanks, Diane. Thanks for sharing. And thank you for joining us on The Greatness in You. I want to hear from you. Send me your success stories or comments about success and greatness. Email me at willhorton@the30powerprinciples.com. Friend me on Facebook at Will Horton. Follow me on Twitter at Will_Horton. Like us on Facebook. I look forward to meeting you one day and hearing about your journey to success and greatness. Remember, you have to give birth to the greatness in you.
This has been a W. Wharton production.